Our film begins at a high school that's won the Ideal School Award. All its students get top grades. No bullies, no bad people. But that's just the face on the outside, the image society sees. From the inside, it has corrupt students, a terrifying gang of bullies. And the bullying isn't just bullying. It's beating, humiliation, killing, and the most heinous crimes, all filmed by a young man whose job is to film. We learn their leader is a handsome young man with brutal punches, athletic and built, named Salim, who lays into all the poor students. This is because he's from a rich, important family. His father is a public prosecutor and pays the school money. And not only that, his uncle is the chief of police and his mother has the biggest law firm in the country. The whole family is a waste of family, meaning no one had time to raise him. Before we continue, I think you forgot to hit the like button. Press like now, my friend, and subscribe now. In the middle of all this chaos, a new teacher arrives at the school whose mission is to teach the students values and morals. We learn her name is Sun, a cute, sweet, charming girl, minding her own business, coming on a temporary 3-month contract. And if she doesn't cause problems, she'll be permanently appointed as an English language teacher. She meets her colleague, Teacher Nama, the most senior teacher and nominated for the position of principal. But the current principal passes by and gives our heroine a not good look. So Nama calls out to him, telling him, is there something or what? You looked at us a look we didn't like. Handle it or this will be the last thing you see. So he gets scared and leaves. Our heroine is upset by what happened and tries to pretend she didn't see anything because she doesn't want to cause any problems and wants to be appointed, after which she'll do what she wants. She goes to the bathroom and sits alone, letting out all her anger, calling her boyfriend the policeman, who's at work and doesn't answer. So she's upset he isn't free for her. At that time, Teacher Nama is talking Sun's office location, which used to be the previous temporary teacher's office. She's puzzled, but is more shocked to learn. Unfortunately, this teacher also killed herself because of the bullying against her. So Sun looks into the matter and here she's terrified by what she's reading and afraid to come out of the bathroom. And Emma calls her and hears her phone ring behind her. So Sun comes out and tells her, you know I'm in the bathroom, so I can't talk. And besides, I was wearing earbuds on my nerves a bit. But come, let me show you a video of the bullies gang first, when they were tormenting an old grandma, selling food in the street and throwing the food on the ground. At that time, their leader Han enters, putting cigarettes in the food and making grandma eat. Of course, Han didn't get any punishment because of his family's power. Now, Emma tells her the basic advice that if she wants to leave intact, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, mind your own business, walk by the wall, drill into it if you. Our heroine is puzzled and asks her why. Are they bullying the teachers too? Not just the students. Now, Emma's going to tell her about what happened. Unfortunately, remembering that the temporary teacher didn't even go home. Again, she died. So, she stays silent and tells her, listen and do what I tell you. You won't teach this class. So, stay away from him better. Sun tells, with pleasure, consider me mute and blind. I see nothing, hear nothing, speak nothing. I'll walk and not look ahead. Won't say good morning to neighbor. All I'll do is mind my own business. I'm a weak, cute, helpless girl. And that, dear viewer, is what she shows people. But the truth is completely different. She turns out to be no quiet one at all. Turns out she's strong and fighting, professional martial artist, world boxing champion. She turned out not to be an ordinary girl. We see her training furiously, trying to release all the negative energy. Her boyfriend, the officer, comes and she tells him, get ready. I have rage inside me. I want to hit someone without paying the price. At that point, she releases all her tension on him, takes him and keeps spinning him around, choking him, and finally does her favorite move. Leg on the neck, grabs him, throws him to the ground. They sit eating and talking together. Don't you like work? Why do you work? Someone like you was world boxing champion and from a young age you were known in your school. And after that, you reached the whole country. We're only a step away from being in Olympics. So, what's the point of becoming an ordinary teacher like the rest? She tells him, mind your business. I know what I'm doing well. He asks her about her father and if he's still helping children and delivering orders and teaching people boxing. She tells him, I don't know and don't want to know anything about him. It seems she's upset with him and doesn't want to meet him or even see his face. After that, she goes with her boyfriend to buy some things and she finds him holding a cat mask. She likes it and tries it on and asks her boyfriend how it looks. He tells her, pretty, better than your face. Keep wearing it all the time so people don't see you and get scared. Make this mask a symbol. After that, she walks in the street and finds the grandma she saw in the video the students were bullying. Unfortunately, she's sitting in the street selling looking helpless. The restaurant owner comes and kicks her out from in front of it, telling her, look at any other spot to sit in. And that's because she's selling the same food as the restaurant, and this will obstruct his business. The grandma is leaving and our heroine feels bad. She goes to buy all the food from her. And at that time, the grandma tells her, my girl, enough. Yes, dear viewer, Sun seems used to doing this, even before knowing what happened to her. And that's because her heart is kind. She feels for the grandma. There's a student from the school named Jin, standing far away watching them. The next day, she goes to school and the student Jin is in her class and it's clear he's a poor, miserable young man, minding his own business. She doesn't know what's wrong with him. The world seems to be coming down on him. But Sun is listening to Nama's words and walking with her eyes closed to everything. She sees the students misbehaving and smoking and doesn't speak. She tells herself, as soon as I'm officially appointed. One day after Sun finishes her classes and is walking through school minding her business, she finds a student flying in front of her. Who is this? Unfortunately, the student Jin who was watching her and was in her class for 2 days now. It seems he needed her help, but unfortunately, she looked the other way. She also finds the leader of the bullies getting close to him, putting a black bag on his head, stepping back, then flying at him with his feet, slamming him against the wall. But Jin goes back and Sun feels bad for him and decides to protect him. But she remembers Nama's words. Still, she decides she won't leave him. But as soon as she enters the corridor, a weak, cowardly student on the floor pulls her, watching terrified until he sees her and tells her, don't go in. If the leader sees you, he could finish you off. Nothing will happen to him because he's known as a strong, athletic young man. Every day at the gym, his family are important people who hide all the bully's crimes. Then the leader goes to Jin and tells him that hit didn't satisfy me. If you move this time, I'll kill your grandmother. Yes, dear viewer, don't be shocked. The poor, helpless grandma turns out to be Jin's grandmother, the same grandma they were bullying and taking the food from. That's why he saw our heroine when she was standing with her helping. Jin is standing afraid of what the leader will do to him. He hears him say this time he'll fly and kick him in the head and break it. Won't leave any part of it. If you move, I'll be the one to destroy your grandma this time. Indeed, the leader steps back and comes running at full speed without any mercy, intending to finish Jin off. But who do you think we're talking about? Our heroine appears, walking, pretending to be talking on the phone, gives the leader one of her signature blows with all her strength. Of course, she tells him, rest, dear. But that's in her head because if she said it in front of him, they take her as a bully. So, she pretends in front of them and checks on the leader, asking him, did something happen to you, son? Are you okay? Do we need to go check you out or what? And what's this bag? Are you playing hide and seek? I love this game since I was young. I love playing it, too. You're too old for this. Stop playing. And by the way, who's wearing this bag? Jin, aren't you with me in class? You're supposed to be a smart student with manners, not playing. Come on, dear. Go to your class. The break is over. She excuses herself from the leader and tells him, sorry, I bumped into you by mistake and the hit hurt me. So, I'll go check if I'm injured or not. If you want to come, you'll find me there. The leader gets upset and asks the rest of the bullies, who is she? One tells him, she's the temporary teacher's son, who came in place of the teacher who died because of you. So, the camera woman with them sits laughing and says, looks like we have a new victim, and pretends to be evil for her. The leader is upset and gives her a humiliating. See the weak student excited by what he saw and he went to our heroine's father. At the restaurant he works at trying to make him teach him boxing. The two of them are actually working to delivering food. Sun's father gives him a morality lecture telling him, "Son, you have to be strong and achieve justice." And he's about to tell the student about his accomplishments that, in 1990, he won the world championship in eggplant. So, the restaurant owner tells him, "Quit lying. I used to play with you and gave you a fall in 33 seconds. So, Sun's father feels his now looking bad in front of the student, takes the food and runs to deliver it. After that, we see Jin trying to jump off, but he backs out of his decision because his grandmother has no one but him. He sits training boxing until he hurts himself. The next day, he's walking through school suffocating, an upset feeling out of sorts. Sun sees him and feels bad. She thinks of talking to him. She finds him calling out to her, telling her, "I want you to help me. I want us to report the leak." She tells him, "Why are you coming to complain to the principal?" Jin shocks her, telling her, "I told them all," meaning they told him to transfer from the school. No one of them sympathized him and no one thought what he was going through. All of them are afraid of the leader and his family. So, Sun sits, thinking, conflicted, afraid to lose her job, knowing she shouldn't get involved. But Jin says the leader has no mercy. He could kill me in a second, and I want to live. So, Sun also shocks him, telling him, "I tell you what, why don't you transfer from the school to and give us all a break?" But after that she realizes what she said and that Jin isn't at fault and she's supposed to help him, not pile on him. So, she apologizes, but Jin doesn't like her words and gets upset with her. He sits, crying, telling her, "I didn't do anything wrong to leave the school. The one at fault should be punished, not me." Sun tries to soften him. One of the bullies comes and films them and takes the picture to the leader. After that, Sun goes to the teachers and finds them gathered having a celebration and happy. And why? Because the leader's mother sent them a cake congratulating winning the title of best school in preventing violence with no complaints. Yes, dear viewer, kill the victim and walk in his funeral. The bully doesn't care even if she kills him 100 times. So, Sun sits eating from the cake to not feel guilty and talks to herself, saying, "All the teachers know and are silent. It won't happen to me. I won't be the heroine of the year and fight the bullies." But she remembers her father's words when she lost an important match long ago, the match that would have taken her to the Olympics. Her father scolded her, told her she was wrong and wasted herself, and also told her she wasn't his daughter because his daughter had died in the ring after what she did. It seems there was a big secret behind her, a dangerous secret we'll know in a bit. So, the next day Sun decides to go to the bully's lead, talk to him politely and try to teach him manners. She tells him, "I want to talk to you privately." He says, "Me and you alone with the devil as our third. But this isn't legal and could cause you problems, and if anyone learns of our relationship, we'll separate." She tells him, "What stupidity did you understand? I'd never love a coward like I just want to understand. Did you experience violence when you were young, or did someone try to assault you? Did something make you a psycho?" He tells, "Are you giving me a values and morals lesson? Don't you know who I am? I'm the leader." She tells him, "I know, but you certainly don't mean to bully your classmate. You're certainly a good, righteous, respectable person." Despite all the insults that passed, the leader gets upset at her praising him and saying things like this about him, that he's respectable and righteous. He wants to hit her, but our heroine isn't scared and doesn't even blink. She walks off. She finds a notification from the education committee that a student reported a major bully in their school, which is the leader Han, and that none of the teachers did anything. This will make everyone be punished. So, Han's mother arrives at the school, a strong, fierce woman. She enters on the teachers and holds a disciplinary council, telling them, "You all hold a grudge against my son because he's rich and you want to destroy his reputation. But whoever did this, I'll destroy them myself." Who did this? No one answers. The lawyer with her tells them what happened is defamation with a 10-year sentence and millions in fines. At that point, Teacher Nama tells him the accused is innocent until proven guilt. He tells her, "You're right in this. We'll give room for discussion and let us know who did this. We'll solve the matter, don't worry." He goes to talk with the leader's mother. She gives him a humiliating slap, telling him, "Discuss what when people are asleep. There's no such thing. I'll find out who did this, and take revenge on them. She scolds Teacher Nama and tells her, "You reported my son last year and I let it pass. If it's you again, I'll fire you. You won't be promoted ever your whole life." We now know the reason Nama is afraid and walking by the wall. Even the school principal himself is scolded. After by Han's mother telling him doesn't find out who did this, he won't be promoted either. We now know how our little prince Han turned out psycho. Everyone is afraid of his mother who has millions to pay for them. Sun knows Jen was the one who did this and decided to report to get his rights. So, our heroine decided to sacrifice herself to protect him and says she's the one who did it. At that point, the leader's mother lays into her and sits cursing her and orders the principal to fire her. Sun sits apologizing, but there is no use until the leader himself goes to the principal and tells him, "No, don't fire her. Leave Sun in her place. I want to bully her a bit, make her get what she deserves for thinking of standing in my way. She tried to kill my fun. I have to make her taste from the same cup as the student, and it's clear he's a psycho who enjoys torturing his mother." The fierce one tries to speak up and say, "Let Sun be fired." Sunday, he gives her a look that silences her. Clear his strong personality dominates everyone. Sun goes after that to grade homework, suffocated, upset with the world, disgusted. She finds the leader and his gang entering the restaurant. The leader tells her, "Did you take anything from the world?" She says, "Why?" "Because you advocated for. Are you in a relationship with?" He shows her their picture together and blackmails her with it that he'll ruin her reputation at school. She tries to get up and leave. He pulls her, sits her on his lap, sits bothering her, flirting about how pretty her eyes are. He makes his friends film them to provoke her. She gets up to leave. He advises her to listen to him so she can be a employee like she dreams. Because if no one listens to the leader, their life becomes hell. Our heroine mocks him and leaves suffocated. The world is spinning around her. How can a few rotten bullies do this to her? What brought her to this point? A rude man bumps into her. She says, "Sorry." Instead of leaving, he decides to bother her, hits her on her shoulder. He doesn't care if she's a woman or not. She also stays silent and doesn't respond to him. So he gets upset and sits hitting her thinking he'll humble her. At that moment, all she thinks about is the bullying she and Jin was subjected to, and she feels she was wrong not to defend herself from the start. She decides to put an end to the matter and defend herself, giving the rude man hitting her a lesson to him rest beside her. As we know, she does her favorite move, the leg on the neck, and makes him rest completely. She decides to go back again to the bullies gang, who at this time are playing a basketball match against another school. A problem happens, and they fight with each other. The leader is a professional martial artist, his strength against 100. The weak student is the one delivering food to them, and when he finds them fighting, he hides. He sees the leader hitting the students, telling them, "As long as you made a mistake, you must be held accountable." Sun arrives hearing his words. She tells him, "You're right." She wears the cat mask, also no one knows her truth, and runs and flies at him, giving him a kick to the face. He asks her, "Who are you?" thinking she's a dragon man, because who could take on the leader of the bullies? She tells him, "Meow." He says, "What?" She says, "Meow, meow, a cat." And with that, she attacks him blow after blow in front of everyone, releasing all her rage at him, swearing not to raise him. All his friends are sitting enjoying. Finally, someone is humiliating the leader. He tries to restore his pride, which is being trampled, and attacks her. So, she meets him with a punch that makes him so Lux. He doesn't know where he is, and she does her favorite move, the leg on the neck. At that time, her boyfriend, the police, arrives at the place. All the students run, and she also runs to rest, happy with what she did. Finally, she got her right and let out her rage. The weak student sees her. He'd been watching her all this time and was the one who reported to the police. And he's happy his teacher got justice. Not just him. All the people who were wronged. All the students who were bullied. The next day at school, all the students learned there's a man wearing a cat mask who taught the leader a lesson. And all the teachers are happy. The innocent angel Sun enters them, shocked at what happened, pretending to be upset. She goes and puts a rose on her desk in honor of the teacher who died. He, before her because of the leader, and tells her, I'll get you your rights. Teacher Namama sees her and suspects her and doesn't agree to talk to her. She goes to the leader's class and finds him breaking his desk because the students drew a cat picture on it. His friends try to yell to find out who did it. Teacher Namama tells them, the matter isn't worth it. We'll change it. And you all be quiet and listen. The leader gets upset, looks at her, makes her heart drop to her feet. He leaves, driving his car at full speed. The rage filling his heart. No one feels for him. First time someone bullies him, he grabs his friends and sits hitting them. They get scared of him and tell him, Aunt, we're the ones you bully. What do you think about a new round? You'll bully Jin now. So, he's pleased and everyone is terrified of him walking behind him, afraid to come under his feet, so he steps on them. He doesn't spare anyone. So, they decide to walk with the principle of stay on my side because of my side. They all go to Jin, take off his clothes and put a bag on his head, make him go down the stairs in record time and he can't see. And if he doesn't, his grandma will die. He does this and they film him. He sees how it goes. A video from the camera woman and he's pleased with her. He sends it to a friend to produce and publish it so the psychos like him enjoy. Jin runs to the chicken restaurant. The weak student is there and as soon as he sees him and learns what happened, he runs to Sunday. He finds her lighting up the mask after her boyfriend exposed her and told her what she's doing is wrong and called bullying. And he's an officer and doesn't want to one day find himself arresting her. But the weak student catches up to her and tells her, you're my heroine. I know you hit the leader. Wear your costume and take our rights. We're with you. He tells her he's the one who reported the police and spread word in the school that the cat is a man. To protect her, she also wants to protect Jin after what happened to. He tells her where the bullies are. She goes there and tells them, hey, you rotten bunch. Today, which one of you will I step on? Meow. The leader says, she's the meow I want. Come on. I'm ready to take revenge for years. He attacks her, keeps hitting her hard, fierce blows. No mercy in his heart. He gets up, carries her, throws her on the table, breaks it with her. She gets up and gives him a meow in his face, sends him far. He still thinks she's weak, can't handle him. He doesn't know if she does the leg on the neck move, she'll finish him. But what saves him from her hands is Jin because he arrives at the wrong time with a knife, intending to finish off the leader. Sun is afraid his future will be wasted. She flies at him and takes the blow from him, getting hurt in her arms, saving the leader from death. Jin can't believe what he did. The camera woman, all she has to do is document the moment, but the restaurant owner arrives at the right time since he was running after Jin and takes him to the hospital. Our heroine also flees to the hospital and they stitch her arm. Her father and her boyfriend come to check on her. She tells them no one should report to the police so Jin doesn't get in trouble. Her boyfriend tells her, I'm a policeman. That's enough now. Father is upset for her and decides to get justice for his granddaughter. He's been forgetting for years. He wears the mask and goes to the bullies telling them, what's past is education. What's coming I'll raise you. He tells them, we're an organization and I'm a new member and just as you're a gang, we're wolves. So the leader gives him a respectable beating and tells him, cover it up and sleep. I am the wolf, and whoever comes with me deserves torture. Then her father goes straight to the hospital. He's also hurt. Sun sees him going up and learns what he did, and is upset with him. He goes to drive. She doesn't agree, but she finds teacher Na coming out of the elevator, and asks her, what are you doing here? She runs to her father and hides her wound, telling her, my father is sick. I came to check on him. So Na looks at the handsome man and is dazzled by him. Is this the man she's been dreaming of? Her eyes turn to hearts. She asks Sun what she came to do. At that time, teacher Na tells her, my sister gave birth and I am taking care of her, but I have no husband or boyfriend or anyone to take care of me. Sun's father tells, I'm also a bachelor by the way. She tells him, exactly, this is what I mean. Sun interrupts the romantic moment, takes her father and they walk away. She sleeps in the car behind him and refuses to talk to him. So he tells the story of the secret he's been hiding 4 years, that during the final match, she lost the match that would have made her enter the Olympics and would have made her the boxing queen of Korea and the youngest player to participate the Olympics at her age since she'd been a professional from a young age. At the last moment where in front of her she was supposed to finish off her opponent, she stopped playing and just defended herself. Her opponent took the case and went up. At that time her father was her coach and his dream was to see his daughter, the champion of her country, represent them on a global level. But she let him down. When he cleared his throat, asked her why she lost, she told him her opponent and her coach had come to them before the match and gave her money to throw the match and told her their house would be confiscated. So she decided to take the money to pay off his debts and keep the house because their mother died and they only had each other. Her father gets upset with her and tells her, "My daughter died in the ring when she decided to give up her dream. All this in exchange for what? Some money." Our heroine kept crying alone. We return to the present and see our heroine's father crying, apologizing to her, telling her, "I felt at that time I was helpless, that I obstructed you from achieving your dream and made you lose your future. For me, that's why I got upset and spoke to you badly, because no matter how hard life is, the father loves to sacrifice for his daughter, but his daughter shouldn't sacrifice for him." So our heroine sits beside him and after hearing his words forgives him, and the two sit crying together. The next day, the leader arrives at school and decides to check the arm of every student, find out who the cat is. When a female student objects, the leader pulls her by her hair, brings her to the ground, wipes the school's tiles with. No one can stand against him or tell him what he's doing. Normally, he puts students under his feet. At that time, our heroine had arrived at school, and teacher Nama met her, happy that just a few more days and she'll be appointed. Our heroine is happy and a student was about to bump into her, so she dodged the bump and grabbed his hand. The leader sees her, who'd been about to lose it to know who the cat is, and is shocked when he sees her move. He learns she didn't turn out to be a cat. She turned out to be a cat female. Son enters her office and tells her boyfriend the news, but she hears a sound behind her, locks the door, and finds the leader has locked her in. He tells her, "I caught you, cat. I'm ready to kill you here, but there'd be no fun." He puts the black bag on her head to enjoy torturing her, but he sees beside him a poster about the annual celebration festival. To enjoy more, he tells her, "We'll play a boxing match, me and you, on festival day, and one of us will die, and at that point, you'll be exposed as the cat. And if you don't agree, Jin's video with a knife will be released everywhere, and you know this is enough to imprison him and waste his life and future." So, Son is puzzled by what he's doing and tells him, "Don't you feel?" He says, "No." Teacher Namama is hearing everything happening to her friend, not knowing how to help her or do anything. Son goes upset to her class. She doesn't find Jin there and learns he submitted a transfer request. So, she goes home and meets his grandma, who when she learns Son is her grandson's teacher, is happy a good person like her is beside her boy. She gives her food and asks her to save her grandson and protect him because she's gotten old and doesn't know what to do, and his condition is deteriorating, his psyche destroyed. So, Son goes up to him on the roof and finds him standing on the railing trying to jump. He tells, "I didn't do anything. I don't deserve everything happening." When she asked why this is happening, the leader says, "For fun." He humiliates a person to enjoy himself. The dog, the devil. Jin tries to jump. He finds Son grabbing him, worried about him. He remembers from the beginning, when the bullies were bullying his grandma and filming her. He came and defended her and took her in his arms, worried about her, and the bullies sat, hitting him until he begged them, asking the leader to leave his grandma alone. So, he decided to take him to amuse himself, enjoying torturing him instead of his grandma, with him being the young man being bullied. And if he didn't listen, he knew what would happen to his grandma. The weak student was there in his place, but when Jin arrived, he left the weak guy alone. That's why he wants to take revenge on them and stand behind our heroine. Jin wakes from memories to find Son calling him by his name, standing beside him. He feels guilty for trying to kill a person, even if from inside he was a devil. Son hugs him and softens him, telling him he didn't do anything wrong and was defending his grandma and himself. She tells him, "We'll get our rights together. Make sure you attend the celebration because at that time, you'll see the revenge." The next day, on the date of the celebration, the weak student supports our heroine, distributing the cat mask to all the students, gaining her great popularity, making everyone love her, and that's easy because everyone hates the leader. Son comes and is delighted by what he did. He cheers her and tells her He's behind her because he feels for Jin, who was in his place one day. So she's delighted with his support. She goes to attend the festival, conflicted whether to face the leader or not. She finds everyone wishing for her appearance, even Nama, who knows the truth, wants her to appear, to take her rights and trust her. Our heroine feels someone pulling her. When she uncovers her face, she turns out to be herself when she was a strong child fighting corrupt, fierce people. She decides to participate and goes to wear her mask and outfit. She meets Jin in front of her and she hugs him. He understands she's son and goes in to watch her happy. She appears and everyone cheers for her. The leader is waiting for her, treacherously intending to slice her up, and tells her today he'll expose her and finish her off. Son tells him, cover it up, I'll still teach you manners, teach you what bully ethics means. She tells him, cover it up and sleep again. Everything will be fine, and I'll make you beg Jenny today. I'll make you live the humiliation you made all the students live. I'll break your eye and your soul. I won't have mercy on you. I'll humiliate you. The leader attacks, and as long as his handsome hits are brutal, he uses martial arts. She blocks strong hits, gets thrown in the corner. He attacks and hits with all his brutality. Her father is worried about her, tries to call out to her, remind her of herself. The weak student stops him, telling him, I have confidence in her. The leader, filled with rage, brings out the beast in him, uncovers her hair, and everyone learns she's a girl, not a guy. They start sympathizing with her more, but the leader has no mercy and brings her under him and keeps hitting her. He's about to uncover her face this time. She moves from him. He kicks her, keeps breaking her. She looks at Jin, who's worried about her. Her determination grows. She gets up and hits him with all her strength, grabs his arm and is about to break it, but the leader pushes her back. She keeps hurting. She quickly runs and flies, and with her feet gives him a legendary blow, throws him to the rope, flies and spins, and with her feet gives him another one. He doesn't ease up. Everyone is dazzled. No one believes how she's doing this. She decides to take off the mask, and Nama screams for her not to do that, not wanting her to be fired. She shocks all the students when they see her, not believing this cute teacher turned out not to be silent. Everyone starts cheering for her more, even the bullies gang. All those present are enjoying wanting her to humiliate the leader. She ties her hair back. Come on, new round. She attacks him, breaks his eye, climbs over his shoulder, hits him in it, dizes him. So he attacks her and she gives him, dear viewer, what we've all been waiting for from the start. She takes him with one boom hash, taboo, breaking the bones of those who brought him, sending him to his father. At that time the principal arrives and tries to stop all this, worried about him. But Nama prevents him until the leader gets up and tells him, shut up. You have nothing to do with this. I'll show them my truth now and finish her off. This is a legal boxing match, so it's okay to kill her. He attacks her. She gives him a right blow, a left blow. She tells him, what's up, big guy? You forgot you're the leader of the bullies. Let me remind you myself. Who am I? I'm the queen of boxing. She gives him one, sends him to the principal's chest. She attacks to finish him off, but he treacherously goes for her face, gives her one. He comes to attack her, so she flies and spins, and with the case makes him spit. Yes, blood now on every part of his face, even from his mouth. She flies at him again, not intending to leave a part of him intact. She throws him in front of Jin's foot and tells him, apologize to him. Tell him you're regretful. But the leader curses him. But Jin tells him, fine, take what will happen to you. As for me, I'm not waiting for apology from you. You've been humiliated and degraded enough. Your dignity wiped on the ground in front of everyone. And this is enough to repay what you did to me in secret, because despite you being a devil, in reality, you're a coward. Jin walks away and Sun goes after him. She finishes the fight in seconds. After that, she goes with Jin to file a report against the leader. The camera woman comes and submits all the videos she has against him, and everyone learns he was the reason the old teacher killed herself. Also, the camera woman decided to confess against him. Dear viewer, you'll ask why. To get rid of him. He turned out to be evil with no mercy. He's arrested and brought to justice and gets a big sentence. Sun and Namama resign, and our heroine returns to live her life with her father happily, who looks like he'll find his happiness someone else and will marry Namama. Sun applies to a new job, and when she goes to attend the interview, she finds a rich bullying student hitting her driver because his driving doesn't please her. So she decides to teach her manners. It seems fighting bullies has charmed her, and she seems to be continuing on this path. We don't know if there'll be a new part or what. She enters the interview and finds Namama is the principal. She asks her, what will you teach students? She tells her, values and morals, and I'll walk by the wall. Look, if I figure out how to make a house in the wall, I'll sleep inside it, and I'll also make them professional students.